Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into a really interesting analysis, and it's all about consumer transparency. We're taking a look at the Mederma cold sore patch. Our mission is to break down the claims, the science, and the real-world reviews to give you the full picture.
And before we get into the details, we have to start with our usual disclaimer. This is an educational commentary. We are analyzing marketing in scientific context, and this is absolutely not medical advice. You should always talk to a healthcare professional for that.
Okay, so let's get into it. First up is the legitimacy piece. I mean, with any health product, you have to ask, is this company for real? With Mederma, though, it's a long-established skincare brand. You see it in every major pharmacy, every retailer.
Right. And that brand stability is a huge shortcut for the consumer. You're not vetting some random website that popped up last week. We checked third-party tools like Scam Advisor, and their site gets a clean bill of health. No red flags. That puts it in a whole different category.
So we can pivot directly from, is this a real company, to do their claims hold up?
Exactly. The trust in the brand is sort of the baseline. But the product still has to work. Which brings us to the science.
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting. What is this patch actually made of? And it turns out it's using hydrocolloid gel. That's a technology with, what, decades of history in professional wound care?
That's it. That's the core of it. A hydrocolloid is what's called an inclusive dressing. So its main job is to keep the area moist and protected. When you put it on an active, weeping sore, the patch actually draws that fluid in and forms a little gel cushion.
Ah, so that's the mechanism. It's creating a barrier.
A barrier against friction, against bacteria, and it maintains this optimal moisture balance that can help surface tissue repair itself a little faster.
But, and this is the crucial part, it's a supportive tool, right?
Yeah.
It's not actually treating the underlying virus, the herpes simplex virus, that causes the cold sore.
Correct. And that's a vital distinction. It's managing the symptom, the wound, not eliminating the cause. Your expectations as a consumer have to be set right there.
Okay, so how does that line up with what people are actually saying in reviews? We looked at verified retailers, Walmart, CVS, places like that, and you see these really consistent ratings, usually around 4 to 5 stars.
And when you dig into what people are saying, two benefits pop up over and over again. First is the protection. It reduces pain, it helps prevent cracking, or that really noticeable scabbing.
And the second one is kind of fascinating. It's behavioral. So many users say it just stops them from touching it, from picking at it.
Which is huge. Just leaving it alone is half the battle. Touching it can slow down healing or even cause it to spread.
Plus the cosmetic side, of course. People love that it makes the sore less obvious.
That said, it's not perfect.
Yeah.
We did see some feedback that it can be tricky to get it to stick well, especially right on the lip line where there's a lot of movement.
And timing seems to matter. A lot of people said it works best if you catch the outbreak really, really early.
Which makes sense for any kind of supportive treatment like this.
So when we pull it all together, what's the takeaway for you, the person trying to figure this out?
The big picture seems to be that the product really does what it says it will. It's a functional support product for wound management. The brand is solid, the tech is established.
I think the most valuable lesson here is learning to spot the difference between a product marketed as management versus one marketed as a cure. Once you understand a widely used technology like hydrocolloid, you can look at the claims and see, okay, this aligns with established science. So the thought to leave you with is this. When you look at any health claim, always ask yourself, is this product treating the damage or is it trying to attack the root cause? And just how much proven science is there to back up that specific approach?